Hello everyone, I'm Debbie Nolan with Henrico Recreation and Parks, and this is Anna Trong, my partner in yoga today. Welcome to Gentle Yoga. Today's practice, we're so happy you're here for. And so we're going to begin first in seated position to quiet our minds. So before you even start that, look around your home, make sure you're in a room that you can shut the door to so that you can have some quiet and really focus on your breath and inwardly. And so the other things that you might need is a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, feel free to use a beach towel or something like that. Carpet is perfectly fine as long as it's not the itchy kind. The itchy kind is distracting. Good. You also might need a yoga strap or a yoga block. So a block, if you don't have a block, you can use a book, and you can also use a pillow, and it can be larger. So those just help you in the pose. The strap can be an old sash from a robe or an old belt even. So with those things, or even without them, we're ready to start today's practice. So coming into a seated position, whether it's crossed legs or whether your legs are extended, just take a moment now to shut your eyes or close them halfway, and let's bring our focus in with our breath. So closing your eyes or closing them halfway, just focus on the flow of your breath in and out. Now let your breath be a natural breath, and that just means that it's the length that it is. You're not trying to make it longer or shorter. And just notice the subtleties of movement in your body as you inhale and exhale. Notice how the breath flows in through your nose and down the back of your throat and all the way down to the very base of your lungs. It's almost as if each breath grounds you, and your heart, your chest rises to meet the breath as you fill your lungs to fullest capacity. And then when you exhale, it's like you let go of surface tension in your body, and you start to feel grounded in today's practice. Let's leave outside the door the busyness of your day, of things that's happened in the past and things that will happen in the future, and just bring your awareness now to this moment in time, because once this moment passes, it's gone forever. So let's be in each moment. Feel, breathe, and be in each moment. Be present. Now notice the busy thoughts in your mind. They're important, but not so much to your practice. So perhaps you honor that thought, inhale in and collect it, and then exhale, let that thought go. It'll certainly be waiting there for you in the periphery of your thought processes. So focus on your breath, let go of those thoughts, and then take a moment and just check in mentally with the state of you. Look for stressors, mental or physical. Look for areas that need special nurturing, maybe old injuries, just maybe twinges in the hinges, or areas that you just need to honor. Now yoga is all about recognizing and honoring your body. So as we move through the poses, there'll be a continuum from where the edge of the muscle movement starts to where if you push any harder, it can cause harm. So let's find challenge today, but never harm. Very, very nice. Now let's slowly open our eyes and then extend our legs out in front. And we're going to start in seated forward fold today. Now shift a little bit back and forth so that you can feel both sit bones at the base of your pelvis. Good, and here we're going to inhale, breathe all the way up to the sky, and then hinge forward. Now hinge just means you're not rounding, but you're lifting up. So look up perhaps. And then exhale, sweep the hands down, and inhale, flow forward, hinge forward. Imagine you're trying to pass your feet. Inhale, flow all the way up to the sky, and hinge forward. Now land somewhere. Don't worry about your feet. Good, the feet are there, but what we want to do is keep that nice long spine. So here, hinging forward from your hips, perhaps you tilt your tailbone up. Good, draw your feet back towards your body. Good, here think about the back of your knees. If your knees are elevated, you can put the beach towel under your knees so that you have something to press against to ground. Or you can also tighten the quadricep on the top of your thigh and push the leg down so that it creates lengthening in the back of your legs. Good. Now keep drawing the feet back towards your body and keep looking right above your feet out in the distance. Because again, we're thinking about long spine. Now in a moment, you may find when you inhale and exhale, you might be able to go a little bit deeper in the pose. Good, so finding where you are today, take care your feet don't flow out to the sides, but that your toes and kneecaps are pointing up. And again, Paschimottanasana, or seated forward fold. Excellent. Now let's inhale, breathe all the way up again, and exhale, hinge forward, maybe a little bit further forward. Good. And now if your feet are accessible, you can put your fingers on your toes, but drop your shoulders down. So what would that look like? Your shoulders wouldn't be up here, so you didn't have a neck anymore, but you'd be lifted with your sternum. When yoga people talk about lift your heart, they're talking about your sternum, your breastbone. So lift that area and let your tailbone drop down. So as we continue to hold this pose for a moment or so, always remember that you can have that beach towel under your knees to give you the tactile sensation of pressing downward so that you can work to lengthen the back of the legs. So seated forward fold really helps us with that. So now let's just release wherever we're holding. Good, and then sit back. And again, we're going to change the nature of the pose. So we're going to hinge forward, and this time just place the hands near our calves. Now the legs themselves still in the same focus mode, pushing down. Good, but round your back down like you're going to put your nose on your knees. Now, if your knees never get in the same zip code, don't worry. Just continue to bring your chin to your chest and round forward towards your feet rather than back. So this would be rounding back, and you can see with Anna how she's flowing forward. So always bring your shoulders in front, hands beside your calves. Now on a big inhale, look up, and then exhale, press your elbows down, whether your elbows would ever touch the mat or not. Good. So again, do think about the legs being long, but here you've added a different element to the pose by rounding the back. Now as we move through these poses, you're always working with your body. So the depth at which you go into a pose depends on your body. And that's totally normal. Some people might be touching their legs. Some people might be up here. It's all good. It's the same benefit whether you move a micrometer in the pose. The benefit is the same because you're moving with intention, which means you're working in the direction of the pose. So the benefit's the same. Excellent. So let's flow back up from there. So as we move through this pose, let's go forward one more time. So inhale, breathe up, hinge forward, land the hands. Now find the deepest point of this pose for you. Even if your nose is not near your knees, imagine your forehead is touching. Push your knees down. Good, lengthen and drop your tailbone down into the mat. Good, and just notice the play of the breath through your torso and under your ribs in the back of your body as you breathe. Very, very nice. Now let's roll back up. So we're going to change the variation of what we're doing here and move into half pigeon pose. Seated. Oh my goodness. So let's start on the left side. So bring your left foot up and place it on your knee. Good. As we start right here, reach underneath and feel your ankle on the outside of the leg that it's resting on. So your ankle not on top, but out to the side. So your foot is actually extended past your leg. Once again, you draw the foot back towards the knee. Now, your knee over here, it's going to be in the air, or you could put a block under it. Any of those things are good. But first, we're just going to think about the pressure, or the body itself is going to apply pressure as we move forward. So let's bring our hands behind us. Now, put your hands on a teacup. So if a teacup was upside down, my hands would be over top of it with a little hump. Then we'll flatten our hands. So the hands are behind on the teacup. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your heart up and hinge forward over your leg. Look out in the distance, not down. Good. When we look down, we round our back. Here you're pushing forward so you get length in your spine and you feel your body add sensation in that left thigh. Good. So half pigeon pose. Ardha Raja Kapotasana, or half of the Royal King of the Pigeon poses, opens our hips, among other things. Good. It's also sometimes very challenging. Many people, sometimes your knee may be up around your shoulder. That's okay. Use your inner thigh and press it down. Good. Now they flow back up. Let's change our hands. So let's bring our hands. You can place them beside your knees, one on each side, near your foot, one near the knee on the other side. Or you can put your hands on your shin bones. Now if you use the shin bones or the foot, again, make sure your shoulders don't come up to your ears. Drop your shoulders down. So let's decide which hand position we're going to use. Inhale, breathe up, and exhale, let the hands go to the position you want to use. Take a big inhale. Now in back, tilt your tailbone up. Good. And notice that. Tilt your body forward. Very, very nice. Good. So once again, be thinking upright rather than looking down. So you can look at your eyebrows, you can look up, or you can just shut your eyes and feel the sensations in the pose. Notice where you feel them, especially now on the left side, so that when we move to the right side, you can notice if there's differences in the balance between the two sides of your body. Good. So let's flow back up. Now take your hand on your ankle, take your other hand on your knee, and slip that foot to the side. In fact, bring it to the outside, hand on the knee, hand on the shin bone. Now come forward towards that leg. Good. So do not interlace your fingers because that actually raises your blood pressure. Draw the leg in. So your knee is going to regulate how close your foot comes to your bottom here. So just think in terms of drawing the knee in, hugging it in tight, which just allows the knee a few moments to open up. Good. So in yoga, we work the spine through a lot of different ranges of motion that it's capable of, and it helps keep the spine healthy. So we were just a moment ago doing forward folds, flexion. Now we're going to do rotation. Good. So on this next one, beautiful. Continue holding with that left hand. Good. Lift up tall. Now add the right hand just beneath, and now lift the left hand up to the sky. Now before we even go there, you may find you can put your elbow around your knee. Feel free to do that. Everyone else, slide your hand up closer to your knee. Lift up that left arm. Now bring it to the floor behind you. Bring the arm really close to your body and look over that left shoulder. Use your right hand to draw your leg towards the right. Good. Keep rolling the left shoulder back. Good. Remember, if you can hook that knee with your elbow, feel free to do that. Think of your rotation in these poses coming from your tailbone and going all the way up to the crown of your head. And again, if you have no issues with your neck, just look over your shoulder and complete the rotation. Good. Inhale, lift a little taller. Exhale, rotate a little bit deeper. Good, very, very nice. Now come back to the front. Place left hand on the knee. Good, bring that foot up again. Hand under your ankle. Now on this next movement, what we're going to think about is bring the leg up towards your chest. So bring the leg up. Good. Support your ankle so that you're not turning your foot. So hold the ankle itself and the knee. Now, try not to lean back. Good, we all do it. Good. Bring that leg as close as you can. Hug it in tight towards your torso. And then exhale the leg out to the side. Now, try not to let your body go with it, but just let the leg go to the side. And then come back in and up. So it's kind of a swoop out and a swoop in and up. A swoop out and a swoop in and up. So rock your baby. Come in close. Now when that knee gets near your armpit, can't you see that leg behind your shoulder? We won't do that today, but you can certainly think about it. Very nice. Now come to the center and hold. Good. Now you can support the whole knee and ankle. Good. You can also put both hands underneath. Good. Or you can just continue to hold in that original position. Good. Very, very, very nice. Now, release the leg down. Let it slide back out. Usually goes, thank you very much. Good. And just shift a little bit. And now we're going to go to the right side. So let's go ahead and bring the right foot up, coming into half pigeon pose. Good. Once again, make sure the ankle is on the outside of the supporting leg. Good. Toe up on your left leg. Reach up. Hinge forward. And remember, land wherever you want to land. Either hands here, hands on the shin bone. Good, wherever you want to land. Good, lift up tall. Good, and keep extending forward. Now, in the first version of the pose, we started with the fingers on the teacups first. In a moment, we're going to use it to deepen the pose just a little bit more. So here, a big inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Good. You may notice as you move forward in these poses that you're able to slide, in this case, your left leg out a little further. Good. Very nice. Now, come back upright slowly. Good. And here, just think of your fingers being on the teacups. Slide your hands back. Roll your shoulders back. Now take a big inhale. Lift your sternum and push into the mat so that it extends your whole body forward like you're the figurehead on a ship. Now, if you want a little extra sensation here, tighten all the muscles on the inside of that right thigh. Ooh. Yes. Very nice. Now, if you sit a lot, and yes, we've all sat a lot during the quarantine, this will help open your hips back up and create space. Good. You know, everything we do is so forwardly oriented. We sit in chairs, we work at computers. You know, we sit on the couch, we watch television, we sit in the chair and eat dinner. So here, this helps us lengthen all of those leg muscles back out. Good. Now let's flow, softening the elbows. Good. And then take the foot, bring it to the side. Good. And then hold our shin bone. Now, once again, how close you bring that right foot to your bottom depends on your knees. Take care that we naturally interlace our fingers. I don't know why. It's just a natural response to bringing our hands together. So here, just place one hand above the other, or one at the knee and one at the ankle, whatever works for you. But do think about coming forward towards that leg so that you do feel your rib cage touching the leg. Now, in some of these poses in yoga, we would cross that foot over to the side. But on this one, we're focusing on bringing our body really close to the thigh. And to do that, and to be able to feel it, we don't add the rotation in. It's just a straight forward. We're pressing the leg towards us and our body towards the leg. So you're really not just opening the knee, you're also opening the hip area as well. Now, can you tell which side is your dominant side? Which side do the muscles feel stronger and less willing to let go? Or is this your flexible side? There goes, oh, no problem, I'm here. Good. Now we're going to add that rotational movement in. So first we're going to take the left hand, right hand, left side, on the knee, lift up the right arm. Good, and bring it to the floor behind you. Now sit up really tall, push into the floor just like you did a moment ago, and rotate your shoulders towards the leg. Good, and that is your right leg. Now you can hold the knee, you can wrap your arm around the knee. All of those are good places to be. Sit up really tall, and then exhale, allow your head to rotate to look over that right shoulder. Excellent. As we're breathing in and out, just find length in your body. Good, now big inhale here and a big rotation on the exhale. Inhale, and then exhale, rotate. Good. Find depth in the pose, the last. Good. And then inhale, flow forward. Very, very, very nice. Now as we flow forward, we're just going to sit the foot on top again, and we're going to rock this baby. Now, remember, protect your knee, protect your ankle. Good. And then shift the leg to the side and bring it up close to your body. Now, again, take care that you don't roll back. It's not a bronco. Hold on tight. Good. And then think of the movement as come in and sweep to the side. Come in and sweep to the side. So we come in and sweep to the side. Come in and sweep to the side. Now imagine you're putting that knee in your armpit. Good, because you know you're going to be able to put that leg behind your shoulder. I had a friend that said you weren't going to get to nirvana any faster if you could put that leg behind your shoulder. And you know what? They were right. Good. Now one more time. Now come in as close as you can to your body. Remember, you can put your arms beneath if you like and hold. Good. You can put your hands in, respect hands beneath. Good, if you like. Good. Just hold close. Come forward on your sit bones. Good. See, I caught myself leaning back too. Good. And then release. Slide the leg back out. Good. And here, just hands next to your calves. Big inhale. And round your back down. Good. Just a little release for your legs. Very, very, very nice. Now let's float back upright. Excellent. So our next pose, we're going to come to face down on the mask. Or actually, let's come to our side. So turn towards me onto your side. Good. That's perfect. And I am going to turn this way. All right, so we're on our side. Let's see, and we're both on our right side. So, and that means just literally the right side, not the incorrect or right side. So, all right, just in case. Good, so for this next one, we're going to take the top leg and bring it in front. Good. Now we're on the elbow, on the right arm. So lift up through your body and reach the arm up to the side. And as we're reaching for that sky on this side, good, turn the whole arm towards the wall behind you and reach behind your back, down like you're going to put your fingertips in your jeans pocket in back. Now that top shoulder, keep rolling it back and look over your shoulder. Good. Now as you breathe, have a sensation of lifting your chest upward. Very, very nice. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, and let's float the arm back up to the sky again, and then bring it down. hold your ankle. Good, now reach to the side of your foot or hold your ankle. Either one is good. Good, what we're going to do is put the foot on top of the other thigh. Good, now hold the ankle or hold the foot and keep the knee bent. Draw it in close. Think about that armpit again. Yes, and then just stretch the leg up. Excellent. Now your leg might be straight, it might not be straight, it's okay. If your leg is not straight, hold your ankle or hold the back of your thigh. All of those are good. Good, same movement, same intention. Good. Good variations. Very, very nice. Now bend back in and let the leg come down. Well, the fun part is we're going to change directions so that now we can get the opposite side. So think about what you're going to do. This is the hardest thing you'll do all day. Good. I'm just changing the direction of my head. Good. So once again, we come up onto that elbow. Good. We sit up nice and tall. The knees are bent. Good. And let's bring the top leg in front, right in front of your thigh. So it helps balance you out. Then lift up the top arm, reach for the sky, turn towards the wall behind you, and reach the arm behind like you're reaching into your jeans pocket. Good, and really lift your heart, lift your sternum, and look over your shoulder. Now, if you notice little muscles firing so that they feel kind of jerky, that's the muscles just fighting what you're trying to do here, which is lengthen through your body. Sometimes the body just doesn't want to comply with what you ask for it to do, and that's totally normal. Good, so just breathe through what you're feeling, and perhaps you collect those little jumps. Inhale in, and then exhale, just let them float away. Excellent. Very, very nice. Let's float the arm back up to the sky. Good, and bring it down. Now, once again, we're going to lift that leg up. Decide if you want to use the ankle or the back of the thigh or the foot. So pick the one. Remember, the object here is for your leg to be straight in a moment. So first we start here. Good, and you can decide back of the leg, ankle, whichever area, and then straighten up all the way. So really focus. Everything that we did in forward fold prepared you to be able to straighten your leg here. So really think of pushing the back of your knee towards the opposite side of the room. Good, whether you're holding here or the back of the thigh. Good, just make sure you don't hold the back of the knee proper. Good. So that just puts too much pressure on your knee joint. Good. Keep lifted in your torso. Feel light, like a feather. Very, very nice. Now soften your knee. Good, and bring the foot down. And then come back to your seat. Good, and as we come to our seat, we're going to open our feet wide. Very nice. We have one more thing we're going to do in seated position before we move to our back. And for the final part of our class. So here, a moment ago, we had our legs straight forward, then we had one leg bent back and one leg the other way bent in the back. Now we want to find our balance, so find your sit bones. Good, reach down and collect your ankles. Now you can hold your ankles, you can hold your feet, you can hold the backs of your thighs again, but we're going to balance. Good, legs wide posed with balance. So float back, put the feet together, draw your shoulders back. So this might be where you want to be today. Good. Or if you're feeling like you'd like a little extra challenge, you float one leg out. Good. And if that's good, float the other leg out. Good. And then find where you want to be. Maybe you open the legs all the way out. Good. Now, the secret to not rolling over backwards here is to tighten your abdominals really tight. Lift up through your heart. Good. Very nice. And then let go. Reach through. Bend your knees. Put your feet together. Good. And flow up to the sky. Hands come down. Beautiful. That was fun. Good. So now we're going to change directions, and we're going to change to our back again. So as we move to our back, we're going to do Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, which means bridge pose. So let's go ahead and flow to our back. Now you can use a block if you like, or the pillow. So I've got my block. Good. First, come to your back. Good. And as you come to your back, good. Feel steadied. Good. And before we even use the block, just shift a little bit from side to side to let your lower back relax. Now, the block itself, push into the floor with your feet and lift your hips up. Slip the block under your pelvis. Good. So once you've done that, arms beside your body. Good. So we're in supported bridge pose. Make sure you feel your shoulder blades. And just to be sure, float your arms straight up over your chest, over the arms themselves, over the shoulders. So touch your shoulder, reach your arms straight up. Now separate your shoulder blades and then press them down into the mat. Good. So reach away and press your shoulder blades into the mat and then float your arms down next to your body. Good. So this is very active, even though we're supported with the block. Now, do you have to use the block? No. Feel free not to. Good. So holding here, that allows us first to make sure that our feet are under our knees and that our knees aren't out to the sides, but that they're straight over top of our feet. Good. And first, before lifting up off the block, press the balls of your feet into the mat and spread your toes wide. Good. And then let your heel come down to the mat. Good. Now this time when you do that, maybe you move your feet back just a little bit. Push down with the ball of your foot. Lift your heels. Good. Now in a moment we're going to do that with our hips off the block. So now you know what your foot feels like in this position. Lower your heels. Good. Now, on a big inhale, push down into the mat with your whole foot. Spread your toes wide and just float your hips up off your block, just a little bit, floating. Good. Really push into the floor. Good. And then float back down. Now, you don't have to be that far off the block. I have a fatter block, so I have to lift higher to get them off the block. So again, let's lift up off the block. Really push into your shoulder blades so you feel anchored. Push your arms down into the mat. Good. And flow back down. Very nice. Now, if you want to, this next time, you can come up onto the balls of your feet. Lift your heels off the floor. So first, big inhale, and then float your heels up, and then come to the balls of your feet. Good. Lift up high. Push your arms down. Good. Think of the bridge. And flow back to the mat. Very nice. Or back to the block in this case. Good. Now let's bring both knees up. Flex your feet. Good. Very nice. Now keep the knees bent and allow one leg bent to come down. Heel touch the mat and flow back up. Same thing on the other side. Heel comes down and flows back up. Same thing again. Good. And flows back up. Good. Now continue to keep the middle of your body very strong. Now you can keep alternating, or if you want, you could use both legs and flow back up. But really make sure everything's tight in the middle of your body and flow back down. Good. And pause. Excellent. Stretch both legs up. This is legs up the wall pose, Viparta Kanari. It's especially good when you do have your legs up against the wall. In yoga tradition, it reverses the flow of the blood in the body. But now in the West, and we know that the blood reverses itself or flows in the opposite direction naturally. It doesn't actually reverse. But what it does do is it allows any lactic acid that may build up in your legs from running or from cycling or from shopping a lot. It allows it to flow out of your legs so that you don't have so much delayed onset soreness. Good. Let's bend our knees and bring your foot to the mat. Both feet. Press down, lift your hips up, and remove your block. Very nice. Good, now let's bring both knees to our chest, hands on the backs of the thighs. Open your knees wide, happy baby pose. Just a little shift side to side. If you want to hold your ankles, feel free to do that. If you want to hold your feet, you might have to lift up, collect your feet, and then lay back down. Now make sure your chin isn't the highest point, but your nose is. Good. Just press a little bit to release your lower back. Now press your tailbone down towards the mat. And then bring your feet together, hold the ankles. Good, press your elbows into your inner thighs and draw the feet and ankles towards your chest. Very, very nice. Now release, hands on the knees, just a little circle to the side. And the other way. Very nice, and feet come to the mat. Good, now stretch out all the way. Toes and fingers in opposite directions. Good, and active relaxation twice. What does that mean? We're going to tighten every muscle in our body and as we inhale, and then exhale, go limp. Good, so collect the tension that may have built up in your body. So here we go. Inhale in, tighten, 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 make a face, make a fist, clench your jaw, and exhale, go limp. Good, and again, same thing again. Tighten, 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 make a face, make a fist, clench your jaw. You might lift up off the mat, and exhale, go limp. Very nice. Now pause right here. Now keeping your eyes shut from this portion onward allows you to totally release and relax. So if you were to open your eyes and see me in a different position, don't change your position. Stay where you are. Good, so allow your legs to just open and relax, or you can bring your feet in butterfly and relax. You can have your feet on the mat, knees bent. You can have your hands at your rib cage to feel your breath, or out from the shoulders, palms up. Whatever speaks to you today. And then just allow yourself to breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Let each inhale feel as if it's softening your body so much that you're starting to melt into your mat or soften into the mat. Now, as you soften into the mat, just let your breath start to flow back to normal. As you inhale and exhale, allow the breath to calm and soothe each time you inhale and exhale. If busy thoughts try to pop into your mind, again, just focus on your breath and bring your attention back to now, this moment, and feel. No need to go or do or be anywhere else but right here. Maybe be safe from inner and outer harm. May our hearts be open and loving. May our bodies be healthy and strong. May we walk the path of life in peace, joy, and contentment all of our days. Now, still keeping your eyes shut, just turn to one side, use your bottom arm for a pillow just like you're at home, and just curl up there for a moment and make the transition from Shavasana into the world again. So take a moment and send yourself a positive thought. Maybe it's an affirmation, an I am statement. I am strong. I am focused. I can do it. And then use your top arm to help yourself back up to seated position, and we'll seal today's practice. You can place your hands on the backs of your knees if you like. Good. Or you can bring your hands together at heart center in the Anjali Mudra, whichever one speaks to you. And we'll seal today's practice. The light that shines from within each of us present here today is reflected back and magnified. The same light that makes us unique unifies us all. We come together, we share community, and we share yoga. Thank you for letting me lead your practice today. Namaste.